Hello everybody, this is Jessica from the Boyer Family Singers bringing to you all today a makeup tutorial based off of what I did for my J. Crew Classy on Sunday outfit look. A lot of you commented and left some wonderful things to say, and some of you asked if I would do a makeup tutorial, so here it is and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's get started with this look. I've already put on my moisturizer. It is an oil-free moisturizer with SPF in it, and I put that on all the time, always, to save my face from the sun rays, because I put on a medication for my acne, so that just helps with that. It's like, you know, protects it. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this moisturizer again. I'm just going to put a tiny bit in my hand, and I'm going to mix it with my foundation. Alright, this is how much I use. It's just like a tiny little bit, and I'm going to mix that up evenly. And starting on my nose, I'm going to distribute it all over my face. I tend to have sort of dark circles under my eyes, so I'm going to get back to those in just a minute with more foundation. I don't like to use concealer because it's just a little bit finicky with the color of my face. So I know my sisters tried to use it, but I just rather stick with foundation. I usually don't like to put on very much, just because it feels nicer and it gives it a more natural look. So now I'm going to go back over my eyes, and I'm just going to use a tiny bit of the foundation and apply it underneath my eyes. And the way I like to do it is just kind of, I brush at I don't know, would it be a 45-degree angle downward? Just along the funny little vein that cuts right here across my cheek or under my eye. And I try to smooth it out as best as possible so I don't get those funny cakey lines under my eyes. Sometimes I do get that, and it annoys my sisters, but oh well. And then I'll put the rest on top of my eyelids. I like to define what little lower lid I have because it's so minuscule compared to the rest of my eyelid. I have a hooded eyelid, and so sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad, but I make do with what I have. So, alright, so that is done. Next, I'm going to move on to my eyebrows, and what I like to call my beauty marks, but they're moles. It just sounds more feminine saying beauty marks. So I'm going to start with my eyebrows first, and this is a brown eyebrow pencil from Wet n Wild. It's just a nice general eyebrow pencil. I typically like to go light just because whenever the weather warms up, all of my mascara and my eyebrow pencils, they seem to get a little bit more, they apply better. So it comes out better, and thus it can get a little dark. So what I like to do whenever I'm penciling in my eyebrows is I just lightly go under right here because I don't have as many hairs on the bottom as I do on the top. So I just get the bottom, and then I come around to the top corner and I just lightly brush over the top corner and then down to the side because it's not as dark there. So I'm basically just filling in. I'm not really masking anything. I'm just, you know, I'm adding filler. Okay, so I have both eyebrows done now, and I'm going to move on to my beauty marks. And it's kind of funny. The top one and the side one have seemed to fade a little bit more than this one, so I barely touched this one up, and I put a little bit more on the other ones. Alright, so next I'm going to do mascara, and as my sister was just commenting, she's watched a lot more makeup tutorials and videos than I have, and she was saying how I go against all the rules and I apply my mascara before I put on my eyeshadow, and I don't have any makeup brushes to put on my foundation and so on and so forth, so it's kind of funny. But for me, whenever it comes to putting on makeup, I like to be as simple as possible. So mascara, I'm just putting it on like you normally would. Makeup is interesting. I've heard one of my friends say before that, you know, it's really hard for her to look at some girls who put on like bright colored neon makeups, like the terrible pink eyeshadows that some people use. And I'd have to agree with her. There is a time, like whenever you're on stage, where you have to use that bright pink, like what Bridgie and I did to be the Ugly Stepsisters. And that was quite fun, because I've never done that before. But with everyday life, I tend to go towards the more natural look. And you don't want to distract people from anything that makes up the person you are by the clownish makeup you have on your face. So for me personally, just go natural looking and keep it simple. Okay, so that's all for the mascara, and I'm going to check and make sure I don't have any. And for me, I know this is terrible, but I just lick the tip of my finger if I have any on my eyelids, and then that's all. I mean, I already have makeup all over my fingers, so it's me. Nobody's going to be licking my face. So if I don't mind, then I don't mind. For my eyeshadow, I use, for my lower lid, right here, I use what's called Spun Silk, and it's just a very nice, light, neutral, it's not an enhancer, highlighter. I use that on my lower lid and define that as much as possible, because like I said, I have a small lower lid. I put it at the corners of my eyes, and I put it right below my eyebrow. And then next after that, I have two colors. I have purple, and then I have the nice frosty blue. And I use purple a great deal. I like almost all the time. Sometimes I'll use this pink for a more natural color, but right now I'm going to use a tiny bit of the purple and then dust that over with the blue. So just like that, and just like that. And then I basically blend the two colors on the middle part of my eyelid. So now I'm going to apply my blush, and that's a very simple procedure. I mean, just about anybody can apply blush with ease, except I have learned that if you misplace your blush, it's kind of obvious and it looks a little funny. So I've learned over the course of the years that it's best to apply your blush like either on or below your cheekbones. I like to define my cheekbones, so I kind of place it underneath, and then I bring it around to the apple of my cheek. Okay, so the last thing that I do on my face is I take a Q-tip and my foundation again, and I just dab lightly one end of the Q-tip on the top of the foundation tube, and I go over my face where I have spots from acne, and I will mark them and then blend them with the other side. And this is basically my concealing trick. It's just something I figured out how to do because I didn't like the concealer that we had. What's interesting about doing it this way is whenever I blend it, I'm also bringing some of the blush in with the foundation. So because I've already applied the blush, it kind of seems nonsensical to put on foundation over top of that, but really the tip of the Q-tip helps to blend that all in. So the last step is lipstick, and I've just started using lipstick. I used to use a Mary Kay lip color, but this wonderful tube that Charlotte got me has become a new favorite of mine. It's L'Oreal and it's in Peony Pink. It's just fabulous. It has a really nice shimmer, as you've already seen from the Classy on Sunday photos. So I just apply it as anybody would. I start on the top of my lip. And then something that a lot of people do is they do this funny little, I don't know what you call that, a lip tuck, I don't know. But it just helps to even out the lipstick on the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is just take a tissue and dab it off. And there you have my minimalistic makeup tutorial. And I see Charlotte grinning behind the camera and she's just like horrified at all the stuff that she's learned that I do. But honestly, you know, whatever works for you personally, then go with that. I've gained some habits that I really like and some others that I'm still learning on, and so I guess you'll see what I do in another makeup tutorial that I might do later on. So things will change, and in the meantime I hope you enjoy this and I hope it's helpful. Thank you.